to put a pressure on him. I believe he will know right away within the first exchange he's not stepping into the octagon with Bobby Green, with Tony Ferguson, with some of these guys that he has fought. It's just a different level, and I still believe where I'm at, it's a bad matchup stylistically for him. That first time he gets hit by one of the toughest punchers in the UFC lightweight division, which he has not faced yet, it's going to be a different feeling. It's going to be a different speed. It's going to be a different ferocity that he hasn't felt before. And as I said, I think Paddy's still got a bright future. I think Paddy will always be a fan favorite, but I do believe he's got some momentum right now, and the Paddy train stops in Miami.
So it's unexpected because anytime you get a guy with a lot of hype, people expect them to get beat. Conor McGregor, when Conor McGregor started winning, you're like, this is a hype job. Eventually somebody's going to get him. Nobody got him until he became a champion. Paddy Pimblett, he's a hype job. People like this kid. He's going to lose the moment they step him up. The biggest step up he got was Bobby Green. He submits him in the first round.
Man, when Michael Chandler's able to bite down and get going, man, he can really hurt you. He can really hurt you. So I like it. I'm gonna have to go with Michael Chandler.
I do believe that Paddy the Baddy is 2 wins away from fighting for a world championship, and not just because we could do it and because it's good for the ratings. I believe the rankings will support it, and the audience is even going to say, "Hey, it's his shot."
Michael Chandler, he's lost 4 out of 6 fights in the UFC, I believe. Fighting nothing but the best guys on the planet. Okay.
Yeah, no doubt.
And here's what I was saying. I did a video. This is kind of put up or shut up for Michael Chandler because he talks a good game and he fights a good game. I'll give him his credit, and he's been very entertaining. He's been a part of a couple of Fight of the Year candidates against Gaethje, against Poirier, and that's the caliber of guys. He's only really fought Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, the best of the best. God bless him. But nobody signs up for this just to be entertaining. We all want to get that win. We want to feel the thrill of victory. And of course, he wants to be a champ. Waited on the sidelines for a couple of years, waiting for McGregor. That wasn't his fault. That was a shame. I feel for the guy. But he's under, I would say, a lot of pressure here because, and this sounds like I'm being disrespectful to Paddy. That's not my intention. But Paddy right now is not held in the same regard as a Charles Oliveira, as a Dustin or a Justin. That's just the reality of the situation. Maybe he will one day, but right now he's not. And if Michael Chandler loses to Paddy, number one, that'll be now 5 out of 7 that he's lost, but then losing further down the rankings. So it's a lot of pressure.
I just feel like Paddy Pimblett, he's a lot better than what I thought. And what he was able to do to Bobby Green, his transitional stuff, obviously him being on I want to say it's 9 fight, 3, 6, 8 fight win streak. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, we gotta put some respect on that dude's name. And he's only gotten better, bro. Like, I just feel like with Michael Chandler, I think the UFC know what they're doing, and they're doing a 5-rounder. Like, think about it too. I think Paddy Pimblett is a lot better than what we think. And I'm smelling an upset here, and I do believe that he could a win over Michael Chandler could put him in a really good position where he could be 1 fight away from fighting for the title.
Paddy's kryptonite has been that left hook.
Yes,
he gets hit, bro.
He gets hit a lot.
Yeah. So you don't want to get hit a lot with Chandler.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting fight.
Arman Tsarukyan was supposed to fight for the belt. UFC's pissed off at him, so he's got to fight somebody else. He's number 1 contender. Oliveira got beat by Arman Tsarukyan 2 fights ago. Sure, he beat Michael Chandler, but he's 1-1 in his last 2. Justin Gaethje is 1-1 in his last 2. Max Holloway is just going up in the weight class off of a loss. Dan Hooker has done really well, right? So he's a guy that's on the run. Chandler, number 7, has lost. Gamrot just got beat by Hooker. Beneil Dariush and Renato Moicano, that's all the way down to 10, Chael. We went down to 10. And I can't tell you clearly, there's a guy that just outside of Hooker, based on wins right now, deserve a championship opportunity more than Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah, he does hit really hard. There's no doubt about that. But I think the one thing that might help Paddy too in that situation is, even though more often than not he does have the cleaner striking, Mike's not afraid to get wild out there, right? And when he wants to go in for the kill, if he hurts him, he leaves himself open for a lot of shots too. So it could end up just being a real slobber knocker, a back and forth crazy stand-up fight. And I agree, if he takes Paddy down, which I think he can, I think Paddy welcomes it, right? I think he is very good on the ground. And he brought up the fact that everyone's saying, oh, he went through a whole fight and wasn't able to get, he wasn't submitted by Charles Oliveira. And he's like, I think I'm better than Charles Oliveira on the ground, which is a crazy thing to say. But again, still relatively early in his career. He's got a lot of time to prove all the haters wrong. And that's why he gets this opportunity right now, because he's looked good in every fight. And
I think once I've finished Michael Chandler, I'm only going to need one more fight. Thinking like an Arman, a Charles, a Gagey, you know what I mean? Someone like that, fight the top 5, and then I'll be able to demand the title shot in 2026.